W Reviews here. I haven't done a review on Power Rangers in a while. I kind of took a break from watching the show for a little bit, but I finally finished In Space, and man, what a good season! Actually, a really great season, to be honest. Um, Comparison to Turbo, this is one of the best singular seasons that we had. From the action to the characters, the villains. We have a new character named Astronema. You have Darkonda. He was a dirty villain. Um, Eclipser, or yeah, Eclipser, whatever. uh, he was great. I really like that villain. We have a new character, Adros. He becomes the new Red Ranger. I like Adros, but honestly, sometimes his acting can be iffy, um, and a little bit on the whiny side to me. And I feel like it kind of sucks that TJ got downgraded to the Blue Ranger, even though he still kind of felt like the leader. Um, you have more really good character development with all the characters. You get the Cassie, Ashley. Ashley is more likable in Space to me. I kind of feel like they kind of screwed Carlos over with Ashley giving Carlos the friend zone and becoming Adros and Ashley's love interest thing. Um, Whatever. Vulcan Skull was great. They have one of the greatest moments in their entire franchise. The only downside to the everything is great except for like the music until like maybe the last two episodes. Um, Zane, he's another secret ranger. He's pretty good. Um, like there's really good like action moments and character emotions and everything. You see villains from the previous shows, but they're small appearances, and unfortunately, like Goldar doesn't really talk. I think he grunts. That's all he does in Space. On the episodes, oops, from out of nowhere, the first two episodes are amazing. You see the villains, you see the Machine Empire, um, save our ship. Oh, and I gotta talk about the really. This is probably one of the worst episodes from the first 10 episodes. Shell Shock. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one. Next Mutation. That crossover was bad. Pretty bad. But other than that, like most of the episodes, Ranger Among Thieves, you even get one of the episodes is like the invasion of the body snatchers. Us with the heart. There was a monster who really didn't want to be a bad guy. You see the Phantom Ranger. See like Carlos getting bit by one of the monsters and he becomes a monster. And they have one episode where TJ lost his memory, and we get flashbacks of Darkonda and like his childhood, and Adros had a sister, and even the Blue Turbo Ranger Justin actually shows up in an episode, which was kind of cool. Um, Zane, even though he's kind of a smug kind of character, he's kind of like the Green Ranger in a way, because he like, oh, we're in really serious trouble. But anyway, sorry about that. There's Zane has a crush on Astronema, which she is, spoiler alert, she's Edros' sister, brainwashed into being bad, but she eventually turned sort of good. And then, well, she got kidnapped and had this weird thing on her face, like controlling her, sort of, to program her to be evil. Same thing with Clipter, which both, like, I kind of like the edgy Astronema, the more eviler Astronema. Um, and I gotta talk about the Psycho Rangers. The Psycho Rangers were freaking amazing. They were the best evil version Rangers that I've ever seen. Um, there was one episode that I didn't mention on previously. There was one where the um, was it not Cassie? Ashley's grandmother. That was probably the third worst episode of the because she was so annoying. But Carlos on Call was okay. The little girl finds out that she's that Carlos is a ranger. She tries to blackmail him, but that isn't the second worst episode is the alien one, the stowaway one. Um, which had like a Jar Jar Binks and Ghost Story kid voice, basically. If you know what Ghost Story is, the anime is, but the I thought it was really smart that TJ kind of feels like the leader still with the five of the kind. Um, that's where he turns all the ranger colors into blues to try to throw the Psycho Rangers off guard with the colors. Um, the last few episodes were intense. Like the one previous, they had like this killer car, and they tried to run over like all the characters, and they like beamed them to another dimension or something. Um, but Countdown to Destruction is probably one of the best Power Rangers episode. Period. The only minor gripe I have with the series is besides the music, I feel like Countdown of Destruction should have had some of the original Rangers had a cameo. I know some of them didn't get paid that well, but and the absence of a character that was in Turbo and then third season of Power Rangers. What the heck happened to Lieutenant Stone? He like disappeared. They didn't mention it, and then like they changed Ernie's place again, and this lady named Ardell works there. She didn't really do much in the plot. She was an okay character, but and oh, one of the other best episodes. There's so many great episodes in this one series. Adam shows up. Mighty Morphin Adam shows up, and he has a broken morpher. It doesn't really work that well, but he comes in and tries to help Carlos because he accidentally hurts Ashley, and he feels bad. And I feel like Alpha 6 was much better in this season because they changed the voice, and Alpha 6 was actually useful, and they had a computer thing named D.E.C.A, but I feel like everything was much better. I would say this is maybe the second best. I really like Zeo, but it's like Power Rangers in Space had better everything, basically, except for like the original cast, but I felt like Alpha 6 was actually useful. They had so many Megazords. It was kind of hard for some of the Sentai footage. You can somewhat tell, but in Turbo you could tell right away on some of them. Like they didn't even really try. But Power Rangers in Space was one of the best season finales to the Zordon era, and I'm not sure if I'm going to continue doing reviews for Lost Galaxy. I probably should, because I have all the Power Rangers series up till Dino Thunder. I don't have SPD, and I don't have any other ones past that. I never watched really any of the Power Rangers shows after SPD. I watched some of the Samurai and Megaforce and Ninja Steel a little bit and Beast Morphers, but Power Rangers in Space was the end of the Zordon era. It was pretty good. I mean, actually really great, but